Hey, what's up, guys? Long time no see. Just want to do a quick little update. I hadn't talked to anyone in a while. We're in the middle of winter time now. We're still in Illinois, but I'm actually on my way to meet my wife to sign the paperwork because we're closing on a house. Hey! It only took us 6 months almost, but we finally found a house we like in Highland, Indiana. So we're not going to be in Chicago. We're going to be just outside Illinois, but we're still going to be on the Indiana side. So we're going to have some cheaper taxes, and it's a nice neighborhood and a 4-bedroom, 2-car garage house. So we're pretty excited about that. But just want to give you guys a quick update. Sorry I haven't made any videos, but we've been stuck at the in-laws and stuck with a busy work schedule. So there hasn't been any other updates other than I sold my Series 5 front bumper for the RX-7, and with that I was able to purchase my XTD Stage 3 clutch, some intake manifold gaskets, some intake manifold bolts, and billet fuel rail and crossover tube for the intake. So at least every time I make a video I can at least say that there's a few more parts collected. Now, as of last night, yesterday was my birthday, thank you very much. So as of last night, was sitting with the wife and talking about plans for this year. It got brought up about the RX-7, and if that was truly what I wanted to do, what I wanted to build, or would I want to do something else car-wise. Like if there was something else I had my heart set on, because basically this is going to be, like I said in some of the first videos, probably the last project I do for a pretty long good while. So and talking with my wife, she wanted me to kind of figure out, while the next few weeks we're going to be working on the house, painting some rooms, doing some flooring, some carpet, some countertops and things like that. She wants me to kind of figure out what I want to do with the car, so once we're in the house we can kind of resume actual working on car plans. So one of the things I've always wanted since I was about 15, 16 and played Gran Turismo and Forza and all that good stuff was I've always wanted a Skyline, and now you can get them in the United States, and I found one that was pretty reasonable. It's a sedan with an RB25 naturally aspirated, but it is a 5-speed manual and it's a 4-door. And the way I look at it, being a big family man, it would be really, really fun to be able to have my wife and our son, and if we have another child later on, to do fun family stuff in the car together, instead of just maybe having one extra seat in the RX-7 and have to take turns, so to speak. So I'm thinking about that. It would be a finance type thing, but it wouldn't be for that much. So we would be able to finance it and probably pay it off in a year or two. Take our time. But it's something I've always wanted, and it's finally almost within reach and doable. So I'm trying to decide if I'd rather do that or just keep going with the RX-7, because I guess ultimately it would be cheaper, and all the reasons I've listed before with going with a Chevy V8, I would be allowed to, parts would be easier to find. It would be cheaper to maintain once it's all said and done. It's just the building process is kind of expensive, because the adapter plate to use that 300ZX transmission, just the adapter kit from G-Force is like $600, and then I need a better diff, because the one I have is welded, but it's an N8 diff, so it's bound to snap those little stub axles at any given moment with power and torque added to it. So I either need at least an $800 Turbo 2 rear differential setup, or a $1,200 Ronin Speedworks independent rear suspension setup using a Ford Explorer diff. And that's two of the higher priced items. And then of course I would have a custom drive shaft made to mate the 300ZX transmission to whatever differential I go with. as well as some sort of wiring solution to maybe some sort of standalone harness to wire everything up, and then it would still basically be kind of a race car at that point. So something I'm thinking about, still trying to figure out. You know, with the four-door Skyline, it would be kind of cool because it would basically be like a four-door 240 in a sense. It wouldn't be a turbo, which would be a downside, but it would make about 160 horse, which is there with a healthy 240. They do make headers in Australia, so you could do a proper header intake, and all I would want to do would be header, exhaust, intake, coilovers, wheels, and that would be about it. Just a fun car that I could put the whole family in and really enjoy it, and still be different and unique and fun and reliable and check off all the boxes. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm really kind of stuck because I'm very fickle when it comes to cars. If any of you guys actually know me on a personal level, you'll know that I struggle sometimes to be fickle, making my mind up with what I want to do with projects and stuff. And thankfully now that we're in a better financial spot, making a little more money, and we've made some wiser decisions with our money the last few months. So it gives us a little bit of wiggle room, but we're still very frugal, very simple. We don't spend a whole lot of money on hardly anything. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Should I continue the build with the RX-7, see it through and just enjoy it, and whatever hopefully very small, simple, very rare heartaches come along the way? Or should I kind of scrap the idea, sell what I've got, use that for the down payment on the four-door Skyline, and have a fun family hauler that's something I've always wanted? So let me know what you guys think. Hope everyone's doing well. We're halfway point through the winter, so hopefully maybe about 8 more weeks and maybe we'll be done with winter and spring will start to show up and the house will be done and we'll be moving forward with some car stuff. So everybody just keep on keeping on, and we'll catch you next time, hopefully with some cool, fun, exciting updates. Bye!